Hi everyone. I will share with you my essay that I worked on for a very long time, and here we go. Asking to talk to someone when you feel down or confused. Asking someone to talk to you when you feel down or confusing is a challenging. It can be hard due to the fact that many people get judged when they struggle in life due to no fault of their own, or life throws people in different ways. Sometimes it's hard to talk to people about the struggles they have in life because they feel shame or guilt about themselves. My life through currently, I struggle with autism, including a learning disability, including some cognitive disability. Dealing with this disability has been hard for me for a lot of reasons. Sometimes I struggle to communicate my thoughts in different settings. There are times where I struggle to comprehend on learning different advanced subjects, and I get teased or I get put down. It's a big worry thing to feel when I deal with my challenges of my disability. Also, the challenge with my disability is being in a workplace where I struggle to learn how to do a task at a fast pace, or try to learn at a skill at a certain pace. When it's difficult, I struggle with try to learn how to do a task in a job or sometimes in volunteering in general. People get mad where people would easily get flustered about it. Sometimes I feel ashamed about myself for having a disability in a workplace, despite me trying to work hard to understand things, despite that I have worked for 10 years where I have earned my 40 working quarters for Social Security. All I can do is to remind myself that I'm just a human being who's trying to work hard to do good things. And then I make some small milestones in life. As my depression gets stronger in the past through currently, it changes how I feel when I get up in the morning or before I go to bed. I feel shaken, scared, confused, and not sure how I'm going to feel about myself in life. It's hard to find therapy to talk to because therapy is expensive and sometimes is hard to even afford without adequate health insurance. Sometimes going to a support group is a challenge. It's hard to communicate my thoughts when there's a lot of people who are trying to share their thoughts of dealing with challenges or depression. The best thing that I can do in a support group is try to be mindful of other people. Try my best to figure how to say a thing without taking too long, or how do I explain it clearly to people about my struggles with depression. The best thing that I can do is pray at home. I pray to God every day, including every night. In my prayers to God, I try to tell God that I am a human being with a disability and that I have challenges, and to be honest, I'm not a perfect person that many people want me to be in society, in social groups, and in general. Also, my prayers to God, I try to describe my vision of what type of person I want to be. In my vision of what I want to be, I tell God I want to be a good person who continues to work hard despite challenges, to try to have the ability to understanding, including compassion when people have different struggles, the ability to use critical thinking to understand different situations, and to try to find some good in life. I pray many times with this because I really want to know that I do care about people. I want to do good, and I hope that God can help me out. The thing that I struggle with myself is being impatient. To be honest, admitting that I'm impatient is hard to say, sometimes because in life, if I do mention that if I'm impatient, it doesn't look good when other people notice it. Being patient is a struggle that I have because I really want the world to be a better place for people with disabilities like myself. I want to have more good things in life when I have hard times or when the world is difficult. Many people say, take one day at a time. You'll get through it, and things are going to be okay. Much as I appreciate people saying these type of phrases, it's hard for me to try to cope with these certain fragments. The thing that I can do nowadays is try to work on journaling. Record myself trying to talk about the narrations of myself with my thoughts. Cry to myself when things get hard. Try to exercise to make sure I stay in shape while improve on my health. Be creative at learning different things, like watching YouTube or documentaries or other fun things to watch, and put a time limit on how much I use social media or how long I play video games for. Another thing that I try to do is to try my best to help people who I care about. Helping people who I care about or people who I know that have struggles is hard and it's never an easy thing. It's a challenge and sometimes there's no real right solution. I want people to do well. I want myself to feel confident about wanting to do good when things hit hard in life. The things that I learned from volunteering and helping feed homeless people is giving something back to the people who have struggles. It's a good thing. Be a good listener when people have struggles. And it's great to remind people that everyone has difficulties, that you are not alone, or that I am not alone. Also, another way to try to cope my feelings of uncertainty or depression, I spend time with my historical figures, known as the Little Thinkers from the Unemployed Philosophers Guild. I spend time with them to remind myself that it's okay to be unique in different ways. It's okay to be diverse with different skills, and it gives me motivation when I struggle in life with friendships or when I try to do my best as I can in society. It's been hard because I've been drifting away from people I know, and some friends due to them getting hard on me, even when I struggle with myself. When people get mean at me or put me down, all I can do is try to be quiet and not to react, because if I react, it will make things much worse. The best thing that I can do is to remind myself that I'm a human being, that it's okay to be different. And just because I have a disability is a struggle for me doesn't mean that you are a bad person. Forgiveness is never easy. Sometimes in life, God tells we should try to forgive. I tried my best to forgive. I pray to God to tell him that I am struggling with this. I try to forgive the people who've bullied me and the people who have wronged me. I hope that God can make sure that people can learn from their mistakes and try to be a good person, that I can try to be forgiving. When it comes to having a conversation with people, the only thing that I can really do is some small talk, like, hi, how are you? How's your day going? Was your weekend? Or other interesting questions. The reason I do this is because it is hard for me to maintain friendships, because friendships doesn't work that well for me. It's hard for me to have a long conversation with people as I struggle to figure how to communicate or organize my thoughts to have a better conversation. It's hard to admit that small conversation isn't as perfect like other people want me to be. Sometimes people can get judgmental or hard on me where they assume that I'm selfish. But all I can do is try my best to be a good listener, be mindful of other people, and try my best to care about people. Reaching out to people is hard when many people ghost me, don't want to take the time to read my message, and many others. Also, what is hard is when people who I know or some friends that heavily rely on social media as a way to communicate, where social media messaging has glitches or that it gets ignored. I kept her down for trying to reach out to people that I know, including some friends, and sometimes they would say, "We don't have time to listen to you. Why do you have problems?" And that you seem like you're a capable person, and many others. It hurts me when dealing with this because I believe that being a good person is caring about people, including people that they know, and it's scary to live in a world where there is confusion. The best thing that I can do with this approach is pray to myself. Pray for people to do well, and pray that I hope that there can be people that are understanding of me wanting to be a good person despite challenges with a disability. In conclusion, people have struggles every day in life or when things are out of control due to no fault of their own. It's important for people to be understanding and compassionate when people have struggles in life. There is a strong need for people to be mindful of other people when they have hard times. Also, try your best to find ways to cope when you are having struggles in life, when things or when it is hard to talk to people about the challenges they face. I wish the world would be a better place for people with disabilities, a place where we can use diversity, equity, inclusion to try to promote diversity, to welcome people who come from different backgrounds or with a disability. I know I have challenges with myself with my disability. I know life can be hard for other people to understand what is life for someone with a disability when they are trying to do good. But my hope is someday for people to be understanding of people who have struggles, including people with disabilities. I know that we live in a difficult environment with bad politics that creates division, and how the pandemic, including the new normal era, have changed many of us, including myself. But I hope that we can continue to learn to be kind to another, be understanding or compassionate, and work together to find ways to have a good life or to make a great difference for someone in need. Also, when someone needs to be reached out, please be considerate and take the time to listen because we all need to have comfort when the world is tough. Thank you for listening to this speech.